We are live, and we're going to be talking about a potential crypto black swan event because we got some news regarding tariffs and everything is dumping. Gold, I think. Silver, I think. Everything. Crypto, everything. Is it that big of a deal? I don't really think it is, though. This is the thing, you guys. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Is it worth paying attention to? Yes. But long term, is this going to go away? Yeah. It is. If you don't know, the stock market is the biggest scam, well, outside of healthcare, in America, and crypto is just an extension of that. But when we're talking about crypto, at least crypto gives a level playing field out. We're also going to talk a little bit. We got a lot of really great updates for crypto, something from Morgan Stanley, Ripple, I think Sui, Solana, a lot of really great things. But we're also going to talk about what's going on with DeFi in the US. Because remember, Paul Atkins from the SEC was like, hey, we want to exempt DeFi. We want to exempt DeFi from any of these rules and regulations because it's kind of like it's, to an extent, obviously disclosures are important. That's something that Hester Pierce directly told me. So disclosures are important. But realistically, DeFi allows for a level playing field for everybody because anybody could operate in DeFi. And how well you do is determined by how much effort you put in, the consistency you put in, your ability to learn. Okay. Now, what we're talking about here is public servants coming in and trying to ban DeFi, which is not going to happen. So we'll talk about that too. But we got a lot of good news outside of the market, and the tariffs and whatnot. So it is what it is, but it's life. What do we do? Well, we pay attention to the markets. You pay attention to the show. You come up with bullish and bearish scenarios, and you look to other sources so that you can determine what makes sense for you and your families. We're going to talk about that. First and foremost, a shout out to our channel members over here. Good morning to Mr. Dale, to Mr. R, to Mr. Legend, to, of course, Mr. Lawrence, and Timp. Thank you so much for you guys being here. I'm not ripped at all. I need that egg and cheese sandwich. So we're going to get through this because I need to make myself an egg and cheese sandwich. I got some sourdough yesterday from Sprouts. My neck. All right, let's get into it. My neck is hurting. I need to go get a massage or something. We'll see. Anyways, we'll get into this later. I might not even talk about it. It's kind of just ridiculous. All right, so for your greed index, this is from Bar Chart. We love them. They're our friends over there. But this apparently returns to the stock market for the first time since early May. And literally, this kind of happened on this post from President Trump and China. So what in the hee-haw is happening? I'm going to break it down for you. Trump says China is becoming very hostile and is sending letters threatening export controls on rare earth elements. He claims the move would clog markets and hurt global supply chains. He says China is attempting to hold the world captive through rare earth monopolies. They can do that if they want to, but, obviously there's negotiation stuff. Trump says the U.S. has a stronger monopoly positions, but hasn't used them until now. Fair. Suggests the timing of China's actions is suspicious, coinciding with peace in the Middle East. Threatens a massive increase in tariffs on Chinese products. Says other countermeasures are under serious consideration. Stock markets reverse gains. Bitcoin dumped. Gold rose. Okay, so gold rose. Bitcoin dumped. Stock markets dropped. All right, so over here, we're going to talk about Bitcoin liquidations. That have happened in the past 24 hours. It looks like 824. Majority of these were Majority of these were longs. So what are we learning from here? What are we learning from this? We are learning that, number one, be very careful when you're using leverage. And if you're going to use leverage and you're going to get liquidated, use my link. Yeah. But leverage is no need. Unless you're an experienced trader, you don't need to be using leverage, honey. You don't. No need for leverage. Also, shout out to Lawrence. Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and take that $10, and I'm actually going to go to the thrift store today. So thank you. I'm going to get myself a little shirt or something. We'll see. I got some really cool stuff the other day. But thank you so much. I'm going to make it at home because I got all the ingredients, and I'm trying to eat more at home. But be careful with your trading and stuff. You want to hold your Bitcoin. You really do. You want to hold your other assets too. Do that. You should. You don't want to give that back to the market. But moral of the story is there's a lot of volatility. And we're going to keep seeing the market move based off of tariffs, stocks, crypto, gold, because that's how it works. In addition to that, Scott Bessent says U.S. Treasury is ready to take immediate exceptional measures to ensure market stability. What does that even mean? What does that mean? We don't know. We're just here. But looking at the market right now, CoAI is up. Zcash is up. It's a privacy coin. Tau, Litecoin, FTN, for the most part, Near is up. I think they have a partnership with Cardano too. IBIT, BlackRock's Bitcoin spot ETF is down a little bit over here. Down a little bit over here. Down a little bit over here. Also, if you want to trade with me, we are partnered with Kraken, and you actually can trade futures on Kraken, traditional CME. And if you're a brand new user and you trade at least $100 worth, you get $25 in XRP. The link for that's down below, or the QR code up there. And they're also offering up to 2% in deposits for the entire month of October. This is for new and existing customers, and then the XRP is for brand new customers. So I use them and I trade with them, and I use them for lots of different things. So IBIT is down. SPX. It always reminds me of that rap band group. Oh, the air's on. I don't know why the air's on. But SPX is fallen. That was previous all-time high. Nice support actually looks like 6556 over here. So we'll see how low it goes. Gold, gold dropped, but gold's still hanging on pretty nicely. Like, we're hanging on pretty nicely. It kind of popped back up. So gold didn't really get hit. Bitcoin dominance is up while Bitcoin drops below $20,000. We do have more support here to 117. So we'll kind of see what happens over the weekend. When we look at our big chart over here, big chart. Yeah, 117 looks, or this one's a different one. This is Bitfinex, but what did I say over here? 117 looks the support area looks like it should hold. Fingers crossed. We don't need to go back down to $111,000, but anything can happen. Ethereum is down as well. I'm not happy about it. But Tom Lee, the good thing about it is that Mr. Tom Lee, where did he go, Mr. Tommy? Mr. Tommy Lee. He's not the drummer Tommy Lee, which is unfortunate, because that would be way more fun to cover if he was Tommy Lee. But he says that he says that I do not make much of crypto weakness in recent days and expect, or no, who's this? Hold on a second. I thought this was him saying it. Yeah. He expects the bottom of Ethereum to out within 1 to 2 days and then rally to 5,500, or excuse me, Fundstrat does. Fundstrat technical analysis, Mark Newton. Okay, this is what it was. Sorry, guys. Fundstrat technical analysis, Mark Newton expects Ethereum to bottom out within 1 to 2 days and rally to 5,500. Tom Lee backs his prediction. He also believes Ethereum could hit 60,000 within 5 years. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's what other people are telling me. They're like, "What? You shouldn't sell your Ethereum." Guess what, honey? Mama wants to buy some property. Terrible thumbnail title. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, buddy. Oh, it's 4.9 trillion. Thank you, Lawrence. Yeah, sometimes we make typos here. You want to know why typos and incorrect information is so important? Like, not incorrect information, but mistakes, because it means we're human. It means we're not AI, and it's okay. We always correct. We make mistakes all the time. We're human. And I tell my daughter that. I'm like, Lo, it's okay to make a mistake, baby. Just correct it. So we correct it. Thank you, Lauren. So State Street manages 4.9 trillion, not 49 trillion. We made a mistake, an error. It happens, but we correct it. But yeah, we do a little bit of clickbait over here. Why not? Everybody does. All your favorite YouTubers, all the big boys, that's what they do. I'm just following in their footsteps, honey. I'm just a girl in a man's world. Now, will Ethereum hit $60,000 in the next 6 years? I have no idea. Am I going to sell majority of my Ethereum this cycle? As of today, yes. When we get closer to 10,000, because I want to realize gains and I want to buy property. I want to. Solana dropping as well, $209. XRP, ooh, we broke down below support. Hopefully we have a swing low and we pop back up. Chainlink is also down. If we get down to this $19 area, I might add some more. Cardano ADA down to 77 cents. HBAR to 20 cents. We actually broke down below, which sucks. We're just not doing well price-wise over here, which not good. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate it. And then Zcash, my Zcash just made Zach. Look how long this effing thing was consolidating, like going sideways. What a freaking nightmare from 2020. Oh God. And now it's finally up. I love to see it. It's privacy coin. VeChain is down too. It just happens. It's the kind of the current state of the market. But the good news is that we got some Ripple news, honeys. Got some Ripple news. The EU led in creating comprehensive rules for digital assets, and nations like Luxembourg are leaning in. Thanks to Luxembourg Finance Minister Giles. That was the guy from Buffy, right? Giles. I need to rewatch that. And his team for great meeting last week. Ripple is excited to learn about the future, excited about the future in Luxembourg in the EU. And is he talking about Mica? Yeah, I think so. Well, no, not necessarily. Ripple execs met with the Minister of Finance during Luxembourg to discuss Ripple's operating license and digital innovation. I think it's Mica. I'm not 100% sure. Mica isn't great regulation, though. It's not. It wasn't necessarily rushed, but it's just not great regulation. And with that being said, this is the thing. Even if there was crazy issues with Ripple in America, they would be doing things overseas. But now they have a seat at the table in the US, which is good. But the reason why we're covering this is just because, like, we don't know what's going to come out of this meeting over there with Ripple and their CLO and what they're going to do over there. Shout out to John Germain from Memorex, from Betamax. But it's good. It's good to have these types of conversations. So I like it. I like it. Picasso, more. Give me more. Next, we talked about Thomas Lee. But this is the thing. I think he's like too bullish on Ethereum. But at the same time, I rock with it because of the degeneracy of Tommy Lee, the drummer. So I think it's okay. And I love that he put it up there. Like, that to me, that's chic. It's iconic. We love that. Absolutely love it. Love Music Men over here. You guys know. And those of you who are asking about my AC/DC shirt yesterday, most of my clothes are from the thrift store. These jeans from the thrift store. The belt I had to buy brand new because I couldn't find one like this at the thrift. I have one without the studs. This I bought myself, and most of my stuff is from the thrift store. This from the thrift store. It's used. Why? Because I save money. And then I can like sell it or donate it back. Or actually right now I'm really saving it for my daughter. But most of my stuff's from the thrift store. And I've got a Black Swan event. I heard that before. He's trying to get on your good side. Who? Oh yeah, Tommy Lee. Well, that's what they're saying. People, that's what a Black Swan event is like, it's coming, but you don't know. But you're not aware. That's exactly what it means. That's why we used it for the title. Kind of makes sense. Because we know the volatility with the tariffs. We know anytime there's a tariff announcement, things can drop, number goes down. Okay. But we wait for a tariff announcement and then it turns into a Black Swan event. So there's that. That's what Black Swan is. Go look it up. It's on Investopedia or Binance Blogs. It's free. So yeah, it kind of is a Black Swan event. So I don't really think it's wrong. But either way, like, cool. Let the market stump. Go ahead and front run traditional finance, because we got a story about that. Oh, this story right here. I know I'm skipping around on the news a lot. Okay. Morgan Stanley drops restrictions on which wealth clients can own crypto funds. Oh my God. What does this mean? I'm going to read it to you. Baby. Let's see. Starting October 15th, Morgan Stanley, who manages like, I think $1.5 trillion, something like that. What is it? We got it on X. Let's see. How much do they manage? They were like F crypto in the past. Yeah, they or 1.3 trillion, excuse me. $1.3 trillion Morgan Stanley removes restrictions on Bitcoin and crypto investments for clients. Oh my gosh. So why are we talking about front running them? And we're talking about front running them because why not? So when there's a dip, there's projects that you have paid attention to and like you like them and you might want to add them to your portfolio, you can do that. That's why we talk about these things, okay? But this is, we might have a little bit of bullish pullback now, but overall, this is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful here, okay? So starting October 15th, Morgan Stanley advisors will be allowed to offer crypto funds to all clients, including those with retirement accounts. So everybody likes to hate on the boomers, which I don't get. I was taught to respect your elders, so I respect my elders. But moral of the story is these guys, they manage $1.3 trillion in assets. And now they can be like, hey, they can shill crypto legally to their clients. Previously, only clients with over 1.5 million in assets and aggressive risk profiles could access crypto investment products. The bank will use automated monitor tools to prevent overexposure to crypto assets. Morgan Stanley's Global Investment Committee recently recommended a 4% max allocation for crypto. Is actually pretty big. Currently, Bitcoin funds from BlackRock and Fidelity are the only approved offerings. More products may be added. They will be added. 100% will be added. Why? Because everything is becoming tokenized. When we have tokenization of everything, it allows for these traditional financial entities to get in because it's all done legally and they can check and dot the T's and check the I's or something like that, cross the K's. I don't know. So money's coming into the market, number will eventually go up. So you as an investor, because you're a crypto investor, you can like just kind of chill. You already know the game. You do. And if for some reason you do want to just do it on your own or use Morgan Stanley, you can take a look at iTrustCapital. We are partnered with them. And the reason why we talk about them as number one, I partner with them as number one, you can actually get access to over 75 different cryptos with precious metals directly in tax advantage IRAs. And you don't need Morgan Stanley or any of these guys. And you can actually easily roll over any existing traditional Roth IRAs into an iTrust account with no fees. And the platform offers staking. They just announced for Ethereum. And they do offer institutional grade security through partners like Coinbase Custody. And iTrust is trusted by big firms like BlackRock and Strategy. So if you were interested, you can use Wendy9, the code to sign up, or you can claim your $100 in funding. If you do, if not, no worries. But again, the cool thing about crypto is that we get the opportunity to do this to themselves. Snarky girl. Yeah, you're right. I am very, very, very snarky. I have personality too. I do. Why? Because why not? Because we have to have fun in life. And I'm not really a docile person. I used to be, but it's just more fun to speak your mind. And if people don't like you for it, that's okay too. I'm not for everyone. But to those of you that are here, thank you so much. Make sure you like this video, drop me a comment, subscribe and set all alerts so you don't miss anything. But yeah, now let's get into more stuff. JP Morgan thinks Solana ETFs won't hit as hard as Bitcoin and Ethereum funds. I disagree with this. I think that if Solana keeps doing what it's doing, I think it'll be fine. The reasons include investor fatigue and Ethereum's stronger reputation in DeFi and smart contracts. Solana will continue to get better and better and better. Vitalik needs to get it together. And staking is already available, I want to say, for Solana ETFs. And I know Ethereum is a lot more established, but Solana is a great competitor and people like competition. This is non-corporate capitalism. We love non-corporate capitalism. They said Solana ETFs may still see 1.5 billion in 1 year inflows, but less than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, duh, everybody wants Bitcoin. Ethereum is a little bit different though. Ethereum is a direct competitor of Solana, so it's different there. They shouldn't even include Bitcoin in this. They also said Solana isn't perceived as core DeFi infrastructure like Ethereum. I can get behind that, and Solana can continue to improve for that because Ethereum is like the OG, so people feel safer with that, which is fine. But at the same time, I get it. But I hold both, and I'm going to continue to hold both. SUI, TVL is at an all-new time high, which is great. That means people are using it. Also, central banks seen holding Bitcoin, gold as a key reserves by 2030, Deutsche Bank says. That's cool. Let's see what else they got going on over here. Central banks became net gold buyers after the 2008 financial crisis and now hold over 36,000 tons. And this is basically what they're doing is they're comparing banks' behaviors to Bitcoin, or they're comparing banks' behaviors in 2008 during the financial crisis crash, the housing crisis, the recession, to today, because we are in a recession. If you don't think we're in a recession, I don't know what to tell you, honeys. We definitely are. People are not living good. Okay. So they're going to basically using that data to compare it to this. Some other key things. The dollar shares of global reserves have fallen from 60% to 2000 to 41% in 2025, which is a decline in dollar dominance that has reportedly contributed to record inflows into ETFs. Because again, most people, they're just going to invest in the Bitcoin ETFs or other ETFs because they can't do it on their own. You, me, and some other people we know how to do this. 5 billion into gold ETFs and 4.7 billion into Bitcoin ETFs in June of 2025. That's crazy. That is absolutely wild. Good morning, gorgeous Julie. That's wild though. Bitcoin almost beat gold. I think this, that says something. Deutsche Bank sees Bitcoin gaining increasingly legitimacy as potential reserve asset, although its role is still debated. They conclude that Bitcoin and gold will not replace the dollar, but could serve as complementary reserve assets. Basically, it's a hedge against the US dollar. Major bank explores issuing stablecoins pegged to G7 currencies. Cool. Happy for them. Deutsche Bank, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs are collaborating to explore G7 currency pegged stablecoins on public blockchains. Project is in early stages. The public blockchain, that's weird to me, but this is basically a competitor of Circle, or USDC and USDT. Goal is to bring regulated compliant stablecoin offerings to the market. Public, though, I wonder how that's going to work. What type of privacy features are they going to have? That sounds a little bit like a CBDC to me. Some more market analysis. Over 5.6 billion in Bitcoin and Ethereum options set to expire. So these are what traders are expecting. Means that traders must decide whether to exercise, sell, or let their contracts expire, which could cause big price swings. Good for them. I'm not a big options person. I'm happy that people are doing it, though. I also want to spend a little bit of time on this here. This is very, 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 very important. It's not sexy, but you need to stick around for it because I said so. Now, there was some problems with the reps and the Dems that happened over DeFi legislation. And this is what Miss Ellie is reporting on. So apparently, crypto market structure talks stall over leaked Dem DeFi proposal. I'm sorry, Mr. Lawrence, Mr. L. But we got to talk about this, guys. Lawrence is wild, man. All right, let's talk about DeFi. This is important. The reason why this is important, because DeFi is the only... Actually, I'm going to do this tomorrow. No, I'm going to read it today. Senate crypto bills have stalled after Democrats sent Republicans a controversial DeFi regulation proposal. The proposal defines anyone building, running, or profiting from a DeFi front end as a regulatory intermediary. Critics say it could effectively ban DeFi in the U.S. and threaten developer rights. Of course it is. That's exactly what it is. They want to ban it. Blockchain industry leaders warns it would push innovation offshore, which, duh. Republicans slammed the draft as not serious, lacking legal language or clear policy. Talks are now paused until Democrats agree to mark up a hearing date. The CFTC commodities side of the bill is also delayed. Still no draft from Agricultural Committee, which that sounds crazy, but it is what it is. With both sides blaming each other, there's concern the entire crypto bill may be pushed to 2026. Uniswap popped in. I actually sent Mr. Hazel a message if he needs any type of help, because it is very, 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 very important. Because they kind of talked about, reaching out and having talks with the Dems, and they're like, what, this is not working, what's going on? And I think I may know, I do have some ideas on how to to really hit it home hard, how to make it make sense to them about how, crypto is getting absorbed by traditional finance. There's barriers to entry. You have to be an accredited investor, okay? You have to have access to a lot of capital. Not everybody has that. Some people want to only make $100,000 a year, happy with their jobs, and there's no shame in that any way, shape, or form. Some people just they're just happy. Like they're a mechanic, they're an electrician, or they're a nurse, and they're chill with how much they're making. They're living a good life, and they don't need to make more than that. And that's not a bad thing. You don't need to push people to do things they don't want to do, and not everybody's going to have jobs making high stuff. But accredited investor, you have to make like over $25,000 more and have like 2 million in assets or 1 million in assets, something like that. Most people don't. So there is a direct there's financial discrimination in traditional finance, and crypto is getting absorbed into that. Cool. Because you got to protect people. Leave DeFi alone. There is no need for us to overregulate DeFi. That halts innovation. It does not give it level playing field, because with DeFi, anybody can enter. Decentralization. Anybody can enter, anyone can participate, and the only requirement is self-education. And that's something you get to decide to do. You get to decide how consistent you are. You get to determine how much education you gain. And the more education you gain and the more practice you gain and the more effort you put in, the more you get back. And DeFi does not discriminate. Operating in a true decentralized economy, does sex, religion, race, whatever it is, does not. So the fact that they stand for equality, but they're not allowing a level playing field is absurd. So they probably need to talk to some different people that can possibly make it make sense to them. That would be one option. The other option is just saying, well, they're getting paid by the banks, and which is probably true because they care, you know, they got to get that money. And it's not just them. It's both sides that are unscrupulous. But at the end of the day, you got to get a little bit creative. You got to get a little bit creative. And in the more professional part of crypto, they're not super creative. You got to hear from real people. So I hope everything works out because they banned DeFi. They're not going to ban DeFi, especially under this administration. They're not going to let it happen. But anyways, I'm going to go make myself a ham and cheese sandwich. I'm hungry, like hungry, sweating hungry. Shout out to Roland. You just DCA'd into VeChain Vet HBAR Sol. Congratulations. All right, I got a video on Polygon Matic. They're doing some cool stuff coming out at 2 p.m. PT. Watch that. I got a wrap up for you at 6 p.m. PT. I'll be live streaming tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bye, babies.